All right, Mod Back Thrift. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom. I am a stay-at-home dad for my 5 kids, and I'm a full-time eBay reseller. And I'm able to stay home with my 5 kids because I make ends meet for our family from going to Goodwill and other thrift stores and finding great things to sell on eBay. And today was no exception. Today was exceptional. Whole bunch of crazy good finds. That's what this whole video is going to be, is just what I got today. Let's go ahead and get into it. I would say I'm getting better at this because I'm buying less mediocre, normal bread and butter stuff. There's probably 3 or 4 things in here that I'll call bread and butter, but everything should sell really well except this guy. This is from Raya the Last Dragon, and it's like convertible. It's almost like a popple, if you remember popples. This character makes a ball and is a roly-poly, but he's also a hamster in the movie. Anyway, this was $1.99, and I thought, well, that new of a movie and this kind of a novelty little plush, that's going to do really well, and the kids really enjoyed messing with it. And I thought, well, yeah, for sure. But sell-through is pretty low, and like the selling price, it was like $10 free shipping on a lot of them. I didn't comp it because the kids were just playing with it, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure I can make money selling it once we get it home. Nope, but doesn't break the kids' hearts. They get to keep it. Another thing I didn't comp while I was in the store, because Volkswagen stuff always does super well. This is like a minibus Volkswagen. It is Volkswagen branded, officially does say Volkswagen. I think the brand of the lunchbox is themonsterfactory.com is what it says on the back. But this I paid $1.99 for. Some of the comps were like 10 bucks and some of them were like 50 bucks. I'm gonna list this for $20 plus shipping and see what happens. These Volkswagen buses are so popular. To buy like the real one of these buses is like $50,000. They're insane. So I think this lunchbox novelty thing will do really well. Another thing that the kids picked up, this is Sonic Chronicles. It was 50 cents. All soft cover books are 50 cents at our Goodwill. This is for a Sonic game that I'm not really familiar with, Dark Brotherhood, but it's in pretty good condition, and these 50 cents has a 100% sell-through rate at $10 plus shipping or $15 free shipping. This is a brand I was not at all familiar with, and it was $12.99, but the box presents really well, and this was the thing that was the kicker for me. It has magnets like an Apple product, and I'm like, well, boy, that seems nice. And then this is fake wood. It's not real wood. It's like a foam product. But I went ahead and looked up Schmidt Brothers. 100% sell-through rate on these. This retails at $199 and resells for in the $100 price range. Carbon 6 Schmidt Brothers cutlery. I never heard of it. It does ridiculously well, and evidently it was available at TJ Maxx at some point. Let's see what the TJ Maxx price was. TJ Maxx price would have been $25, so you could have made money at that price. Anyway, I'm going to list this for $99 free shipping. I imagine it'll sell really quickly, and I paid $13 for it. The Chive. If you're not familiar with The Chive, it's a frat boy website where they make fun of everything and show girls with not a lot of clothes on. But this is an image of Chris Farley, and that says legend, kind of phonetically, but it's a Chive thing, and I got this one for $2.50, and this one, which is that classic Budweiser commercial from the early 90s from Saturday Night Live. These have a 100% sell-through rate at like $16. I paid $2.50 for them, so they're not like huge money, but they are bread and butter, and some of the only bread and butter that I got today because everything was just ridiculous fire. Another bread and butter but I'm going to pick up a Charlie Brown t-shirt every time. This is only a 1X, I think, or I'd keep it. I love Charlie Brown. This is from Charlie Brown exhibit at the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. I don't know when that exhibit was, but this was $2.50, and it's probably, there aren't a lot of sold comps for it. There aren't any listed, there aren't any sold in the last 90 days, but the solds on Terapeak put this right about $20. Not as good as I hoped, but I was hoping pretty high. This Beyonce Lemonade Tour t-shirt from 2016 was $2.50. Double-sided, nice piece. It is a regular men's large, but I thought it would be $50 or $60. Turns out it's like $25. This one's a little more butter than bread. I don't know what I mean by saying that. It's not great. Promise Keepers, if you were part of the Christian culture in the mid-90s, you'll be familiar with Promise Keepers, the promises that you can make as your wedding vows, I think. Promises in the Bible, but God keeps the promises in the Bible. I don't know what they're going for with that name, but they are men of honor is the intent. And this is made in the US, single stitch, extra large, that kind of mauve color with some flowers. And it just says Promise Keepers. I don't think it has any other wording or Bible verses, like some kind of weird floral thing. But the comps on this is like 15. And again, it was $2.50. I liked the color, and I liked that it was single stitch, top, bottom, and not in the shoulder. Sometimes the older stuff will be single stitch in the shoulder as well. This is not. It's double stitched in the shoulder, but it's probably, like I said, late 90s. Cool enough piece to pick up for $2.50. This one's a little more butter than bread. I don't know what I mean by saying that. It's not great. Promise Keepers, if you were part of the Christian culture in the mid-90s, you'll be familiar with Promise Keepers, the promises that you can make as your wedding vows, I think. Promises in the Bible, but God keeps the promises in the Bible. I don't know what they're going for with that name, but they are men of honor is the intent. And this is made in the US, single stitch, extra large, that kind of mauve color with some flowers. And it just says Promise Keepers. I don't think it has any other wording or Bible verses, like some kind of weird floral thing. But the comps on this is like 15. And again, it was $2.50. I liked the color, and I liked that it was single stitch, top, bottom, and not in the shoulder. Sometimes the older stuff will be single stitch in the shoulder as well. This is not. It's double stitched in the shoulder, but it's probably, like I said, late 90s. Cool enough piece to pick up for $2.50. Just a couple more items, and the best stuff I'm saving for last. This is something that I'm pretty well always going to pick up. It was $2.99. I haven't tested it yet. Sell-through is 100% on these, but they are like $14 plus shipping. So not a whole bunch of money, but if you can test these and they work, then they are gonna sell and make you a little bit of money if you can pick them up cheap. This one has the battery cover. This model is always gonna have the battery cover because it's attached, but not all of them always have the battery cover. There's no corrosion in here, so I was comfortable paying $3 for it to bring it home and test it. Our Goodwill, you can return anything electronic if it doesn't work, but I already took the sticker off of it because I take the stickers off everything. Let's talk Hawaiian shirts. This is a Hawaiian shirt, and a lot of the Hawaiian shirts that you're gonna see are gonna be made in Hawaii. This one's made in Honolulu, and it's called Tropical Ease is the name brand. The name brands are gonna be all over the place. That doesn't really make a lot of difference. The pattern makes a lot of difference on these. This is a fairly common floral type pattern, so it's not like some home run thing. Why then did I pick it up? Because of that. That loop, that is a loop, goes over this button under the collar, and that system is called a loop collar. And it gives you a real finished look at the top without having a button where it might look like you should have a tie on. I don't think anybody actually wears them that way, but this is probably from the 60s. And if you look up loop collar Hawaiian shirts, some of them are worth hundreds. I've sold them as high as $200. I suspect this is about a $40 shirt. They should always be 100% rayon and made in the US, and a loop collar. If you can get a long sleeve one, they're going to be way more likely to be super valuable. But this is a pretty good one. I think like I said, probably 40 bucks or so, $2.48. It might sit for a little while because it's not like, if you find them that have Asian lettering, or have, like, there's one currently in the sold comps that has like lobsters, things that are unusual rather than just the regular Hawaiian flowers, you're going to do better. But this is a really good shirt in super nice condition, and it's older than it appears. It looks like something that you would buy like early, like, it looks almost like a women's blouse now, but it is an older men's shirt, single stitch in every direction. And see, so here, not that single stitch makes a lot of difference on dress shirts, but see how it doesn't have the extra stitch lines. It's just a single line there. That is how things can be single stitch in the shoulders. This is a loop collar. That's what I wanted you to learn. Loop collar. Loop collared shirts. And you can find like Arrow dress shirts, men's dress shirts from the 40s and 50s that are loop collar as well. And they can do better for you because they're definitely vintage. But loop collared shirts are a thing of, can be a bolo. They're definitely something to look out for. It's definitely a keyword you want to use if you find stuff. And what I was sure was the find of the day when I found it, and I was wrong. Oh, it's too bright in here still. Nope, can't see it. Too bad. It's glow in the dark. Walt Disney World. When these things have huge writing, this is the back that you're looking at, has huge writing across the back shoulders. That's called a spirit jersey. This is a spirit jersey for the Haunted Mansion, and it has the Haunted Mansion. If you're fortunate enough to have been on this ride, then you know that that's the wallpaper from the Haunted Mansion. This is Disney Parks large. Disney stuff doesn't generally have a date on it. I was hoping maybe this would. It does not. I paid $2.48. There are no used comps. So all of the new without tag, aka used but nobody can tell it's used, ones have sold for like $99. I think because this is genuinely used, there aren't any flaws, but I can't in good conscience list it as new without tag, even though there are no flaws and it's like brand new. I'm going to list it as used probably for $75 plus shipping or best offer and see what happens. I suspect it'll move really quick because all of Terapeak, everything has been listed for $100. But there's never been used listed that I could find. Everybody's listing them new without tag, which I suspect some of them probably are used. So Disney spirit jerseys, probably any spirit jerseys, but Disney specific spirit jerseys, all of them are going to be good. This is the find of the day, the find of the month. This shirt rivals Smashing Pumpkins. I think the Smashing Pumpkins are cooler than WWF, but WWF shirts do really, really well. This one is made in Mexico 3X, which makes a big difference on a vintage t-shirt. This is single stitch. No, it isn't. It's double stitch. Double stitch here, double stitch there, double stitch everywhere. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. WWF, this was from before they lost that moniker, from the year 2000, as you can see right there. And then on the back, it is laying the smack down. And then it has this side hit, which is really unusual for a t-shirt in my opinion. You don't see a lot of shirts that have that side hit that aren't all over print. And it says Rocky Maivia over here. So this is a really good shirt, super sought after, and in a very unusual men's 3X size. I think this is a $200 shirt, which I guess doesn't put it on par with the Smashing Pumpkin shirt, but it's close, and it's one of the best shirts I've ever found. What's the best t-shirt you've ever found at a thrift store? It might be the best shirt I've ever found at a thrift store. I can think of some like that. There was one that was the Crow that I liked a lot better, but it's not as valuable. I imagine this one will sell reasonably quickly if I list it for $200 free shipping. But that's what I was able to find. And what I'm trying to do is list a whole lot less, or buy a whole lot less bread and butter, and buy more spectacular stuff. Like there were a couple of shirts that were like $2 into 20, $2 into 15 plus shipping, but most of this stuff is really high return on investment, which makes it worth my time to buy, even though I'm drowning in other inventory. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks.